From the Peak in downtown Oklahoma City, I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. This is a special edition of the Press Row. We're calling it Finals Exam. And Barry, we've got a question. Scott Brooks, was he becoming a scapegoat or was he a genius all along? What do you think about Scott Brooks and his standing as a coach in the NBA?
Well, I mean, I think the truth is where it always is, somewhere in the middle. I mean, the idea that Scott Brooks had somehow taken this team as far as it could go and couldn't, I mean, that was just silly. I mean, this team has done nothing but improve under Scott Brooks. So, but also the idea that he's a genius, you know, I'm not going to buy that. Two of the things he did after the two games in San Antonio, things I suggested in the report card. Put Tabo on Tony Parker and shorten the bench. Sure enough, game 3, that's what Scott did. If I can figure it out, it's not genius, but he's done an excellent job, and he's really, matured this team along with so many young guys. So I think Scott Brooks has done a phenomenal job.
So what we're saying is you're the genius here, right?
No, I'm not. I'm no genius, but but some things are just common sense, and I think Scott went with what he had done and then said, you know what, this isn't working, we got to change.
Well, I think he had become something of a scapegoat because the team played so well in those first 2 series, and then to really not play well at all in those first 2 games, I think some people felt like against the Spurs he was really outmanned, which, I mean, obviously Greg Popovich is going to outcoach a lot of people, but the way that they came back, he really seemed to motivate the team in the right way. But Barry, that's been one of his calling cards, is the way he motivates. It just seems to work with this team. X's and O's sometimes aren't maybe what we would want to see, but I think that ability to connect, that's been really important for him all along.
Well, yeah, and you know what? You could see that. Darnell Mayberry wrote about it in today's Oklahoman, in the Monday Oklahoman, when during the celebration, during the trophy presentation down at midcourt, when they introduced Scott Brooks. I mean, Russell Westbrook starts leading the cheers, and Serge Ibaka, and I mean, you could tell that the guys are really connected with Scott Brooks. And you know, we often talk about the collegial feel of the Thunder. Well, that's another example. I mean, these guys really do sort of feel a kinship with their coach that's pretty rare in the NBA. So I think that's another factor you got to keep in mind, that the value of Scott Brooks.
All right, we'll be watching Scott Brooks and all the Thunder players during the NBA Finals, and that's all for today for your Finals Exam.